guys, welcome to the Drum Mission Halloween special. Yay! I got a special guest coming by on this show. They came by last year. Hopefully they'll come by this year. We like to have fun on the channel besides just do the teaching. Okay, what are we talking about today? We're talking about If I Ever Lose My Faith in You by Sting. Drums played by Vinnie Colaiuta. So what does Vinnie do in that tune that's so special? He does an implied halftime shuffle. An implied halftime shuffle. Okay, what's that? Right? Very famous groove. Been done a lot in music. A lot of tunes use this kind of groove. The one that I'm most familiar with, this is the one I have to do almost every time I play out, is Superstition by Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder played drums on it. That is an implied halftime shuffle. Okay, so what's a shuffle? There are a million YouTube videos on this, including on my channel. I got a couple. So basically a shuffle is doing the first and third of the triplet all the way through. So this might be the way you would count it and think of it. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1. That's a shuffle, right? If I play a little quicker, and that's been around for a long time, and really, if I'm going to really quantify Vinnie's shuffle, it would really be an implied halftime shuffle. And we know halftime shuffle from Rosanna and Bernard Purdie's Home at Last and Fool in the Rain. Those are all halftime shuffles. But in those halftime shuffles, Jeff and John Bonham and Bernard Purdie are playing the full shuffle. And If I Ever Lose My Faith or songs like Superstition, they're not playing the full shuffle. They're doing this. They're just throwing that skip note in when they want to. When they want to. But if I'm playing those tunes, Superstition or If I Ever Lose My Faith, I'm not going to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to count it like that. But it's kind of the way I count shuffles. I don't go 1, triplet, 2, I don't do that. I go 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. That's the way I was talking when I was a kid. That's the way I stay. So I'm not going to do that if I'm playing those tunes. It's just going to be too weird, too hard to feel it. I'm going to count it as regular eighth notes and throw those notes in. So in other words, I might think of it this way. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Slow down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Whereas I'm counting it like 16th notes straight up. And I'm just playing them like a shuffle. Is it mathematically correct? No. But it's easier to feel and to think. So let's talk about that groove now. Let's talk about that groove. Let's do that groove without the shuffle, nice and slow. Starts out with eighth notes on the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 4 on the snare. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Bass drum is on 1, the duh of 1, the and of 2, and the and of 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Finally, Vinnie likes to open the hi-hat on the and of 3, closing on 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So where the shuffle comes in is less about the notes he's playing and more about the placement of the notes, where he is putting them. So he's placing his feet and his hands in the place where the shuffle version of that beat would be. Where the shuffle version. So let me do that nice and slow, playing it that way, putting my hands and feet where the shuffle version would be, and I'm going to add some of the syncopations he does occasionally on the snare. He doesn't do it all the time, he does it sometimes. So watch, I'm going to line everything up to this. Watch. That's slowed down. That is the shuffle version. So now watch when I keep switching back and forth. I'll do 2 bars straight, 2 bars shuffling at that tempo. So you can hear the difference. And then we'll put it up to tempo. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and let's take that. One more time. All right, let's do it at tempo now, or at least close to the recorded tempo. And let me keep doing that full shuffle, going back and forth between straight and shuffling, so you can really get a sense of where this is, okay? Here we go. But Vinnie doesn't do that on the hi-hat. Doesn't do that in this tune. This is what I love about this groove. He does this most of the time, just regular old 8th note feeling, throwing in that skip note. In other words, he does this. So let me do that at tempo, just like Vinnie would do it. I'll throw in the syncopation, even though Vinnie only does that like 2 or 3 times in the tune. And then we'll see if our special guest is going to come, and I'll do that drum cover of that tune. It's one of my favorite Sting songs. I love Sting. I love everything about that guy, man. I tell you, if he needed a gig somewhere, he's going to be in Detroit, he needed somebody, I would do it for free. Maybe give me like a turkey sandwich or something. Okay, here we go. Unless he's a vegan, then I'll do the vegan thing. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, for Halloween, welcome my good friend. I love saying good friend because I have family members when I say that, okay, my good friend, Lucifer.
Sorry I'm late, Glenn. How you doing? Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm just decorating the tree.
Tree? You mean the Christmas tree? Halloween? You have a tree?
Yeah, Halloween's like our Christmas. I'll tell you the truth. I love this time of year. First of all, down here we have a big party. Halloween lasts 3 days. I have it in my house. I love it. But the smell of sulfur in the air, rotten flesh falling from the trees along the side of the road, it just does something for me right here. And it's been millennia, millennia. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
I didn't think of that. Well, happy Halloween. So I won't keep you that long, Lucy. So what's new in hell these days?
Well, remember last year I told you I put in a plan of fitness? Well, I put in, I think 10 or 20 of them. I can't even remember. Anyway, this very morning, I signed the papers with my favorite fast food franchise. McDonald's is coming to hell.
No kidding.
That's right. I'll tell you the truth, Glenn. No company on earth has done more for sending souls to hell than McDonald's. I just get emotional. I'm sorry I'm getting so emotional today. Between Halloween and McDonald's, my favorite fast food, coming to hell, As a matter of fact, I'm going to have my very own franchise right around the corner from my house. I can't believe it. I can't wait to run that one myself. Yes, indeedy. Indeedly weedily.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty good. So I'm going to let you go back to your party, Lucy. Anyway, I got one question for you. Can you give us a little hint on the election next week?
Nah, I wish I could, but Dad doesn't want us to interfere with humans. Hello? Hello? I mean, what's good for the goose, am I right? He's done a little interfering, but never mind. It'll just bring up old hurts. It'll just bring up old hurts. Anyway, I'm excited to see one of you guys pretty soon. The one that's 78 years old. I mean, 100 years in hell is soon for us. So I don't know what else to tell you. And it's not that I like the guy. He's kind of annoying, actually. But heck, I need someone to work my fries in my McDonald's. I'm out of here. See you next year, Glenn. Mwah.
See you, Lucy. Good to see you again. All right, that's just a little bit of fun, guys. Just a little bit of fun. Let's head over now to my drum cover of one of my favorite Sting songs ever, If I Ever Lose My Faith in You. Happy Halloween.